Hello, my friends. This is I, Alphinius Goo, on the Saturday before our amazing Geisengax Kickstarter is about to begin. We are very excited. We got a lot to talk about. I want to talk about Genghis Khan first because it was such fun, cameraman. Was it not? It was just
my God, it was so much fun.
Yeah,
I want to show a few things from it. I was not able to go through and do social media because we've been working real hard on
we got a video to show, and we got some slides to show, and all kinds of fun stuff for today. Talk about Geisengax and what we're trying to do, and the launch party and all that stuff. So it probably is okay, but we'll have to do a double social media next week because there was a lot of really good ones.
Yeah.
The monsters that anonymous.
Oh my God! I brought some things. Hold on, I brought some things.
Oh, okay, things from Genghis Khan.
Yes. Hold on. First off, I got my snail.
Yes, Laura made those.
Yes.
Magnificent.
Also, a little gooey mushroom.
Who made the gooey mushrooms?
Oh my goodness, I don't have their
didn't
card.
get a gooey mushroom.
It's Amber's friend's company. It was like Whiskers. Look, I have Casey's business card. I loved Casey. We met her at Gen Con, and she came out for Genghis, and oh my God, she's a blast.
Yeah, so fun.
I got Chet's
Minton.
Chet's art.
Yes.
Also, I've been seeing this around a lot. Lots of people have the Alfabio.
Yes, the
Alfabio.
Look at his fur. He's got so much fur.
It's chest hair. It's just testosterone.
He's got a lot of it.
And the snail.
Yes, the snail.
And I got my Genghis Khan chip.
Yes, look at that.
Like, I'm literally just pulling out the. I was able to deliver the gooey shenanigator buttons to like.
Did you get all the shenanigators?
We have to send one to Adam because Adam was not there.
Adam was not present.
But
yes,
I got them to Lydia.
Adam, we're going to send you one.
Yeah, I gave one to Joe McComb because he did something hilarious during the Gooey game show where he put escargot.
I saw.
On the as like a surprise monster. He stuck it onto the table.
Yes, there was an escargot on the table as a monster.
Yeah. Yes. So he got a gooey
shenanigator. So you got an honorary shenaniganator award.
Yes. I got.
Well, if there's new people watching us, we really do a pretty good job here most of the time. I'm not sure about today. We're a little punchy, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And Adam didn't put any booze in my coffee.
I don't think he did.
Total mistake.
Okay. Also, Casey is in the chat.
Oh, hello, Casey.
So, it's great to see you too. So we gave some new gooey necklaces out.
Yes, we did.
To some wonderful people.
Made by Marvelous Addie.
Yes.
Innovated by Addie originally, right?
Yes.
That was her first thing that she ever did. She's made quite a few of them for us now.
So our new Knights of the Goo are, I'm going to try to remember them off the top of my head. Lance.
Yes.
Andrew Grover.
Yes.
Lydia.
Yes.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Amber.
And Amber.
No, there was two more.
Come on now. Help us chat, because we really are working on no sleep for a week.
Yeah, there's like two more. Hold on.
We have it on video.
This is not a reflection of your.
No, not of your value. It's a reflection of our damaged brain cells. That's.
Oh, Andrea and Donnie.
Yes,
Andrea and
of course it was.
Andrea and Donnie. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
of course it was.
Okay, let's see what else I have in my bag.
Cameraman, what happened to my Iron GM award? You know, the Iron Bet?
I know it is in a box somewhere.
No, it was here.
We have not fully unpacked.
Okay, I don't want to lose my Iron GM Butt award.
Yeah,
you know about the Iron GM Butt?
You had to bring it to the thing. Oh, Amber also gave me a purple gooey cube.
Yes, look at that.
I know. Honestly, we have so many amazing friends. Oh, this is the Genghis dice, and we were giving them out. Now, I thought I had given out every single one of them. I thought I had. And then I opened my fanny pack and found 10 that
we might have to give them away.
I know. I'm going to. Yeah, slip them into people's prizes who won, because we actually had winners from the game show. So they will get a Genghis dice. It was fun being the dice fairy for this one.
Be careful of your cord, cameraman. I can see it stretching.
Which cord?
That one right there.
Yes. So, I put it over to the side here so that way it
doesn't crackle.
Yeah, so it wouldn't get over. And then I want to talk about a few other things. So in the chat we have Girthton.
Oh.
And I believe that is Darren Wade. And Darren.
That's you, Darren.
Okay, so our Kismio's wheel broke on the way up. And throughout the weekend, Darren 3D printed a new top of Kismia's wheel, so that way we didn't have to buy a new one. Like, because the spinner, like the ticky thing, had broken, and like on the spot, he jerry-rigged a solution for us so we could keep using the. We were gonna have to bring out the small Kismia's wheel.
I gave him a hug.
Yeah, no, it blew my mind. Okay, so. Like, I'm still reeling.
Cheers to you, Darren.
And then Darren also sent us the STL file for it.
So
but
we
like
can make it every time.
3D printed a whole new top for it. And then, I mean, God, there's so
we
many.
were so lucky
Yeah.
and fortunate that Darren was able to craft this thing. It must have been the luck of Kismia with us.
I'm just saying. It was crazy. The whole thing was crazy. I was like, you are a real life artificer.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And was it not wonderful? So we had all the games, right? We had the marvelous casino night, which we called GUI After Dark. Yes, it was.
Oh, the casino night was like both of the mega events.
If you were there, if you were at the casino and you liked it, I'm going to sit back a little bit, cameraman. My back's hurting a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you were at the casino night, the gambling night where we had all of these wonderful games, we're getting some marvelous feedback. And thank you to all the friends who enjoyed these games that we were playing. And there are more coming for the Deck of Perilous Fortuity, and we're very excited to see how the more innovations that come from this marvelous deck that is the one that is used in the world of Xayathay. So we cannot wait to see other people's additions to it. But I think most people had a great time. I think almost everyone had a great time. I don't think anybody complained. I think we got a lot of good feedback and some nights, ideas for adjustments.
Yeah, so both nights went phenomenally well.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to whodunit yet. We were just talking about, yes.
But genuinely, like, Casino Night just has like a few little tweaks that need to happen.
Yes.
And that one, we're definitely bringing that one to Gen Con. It's going to work a little bit differently because they have different rules for what we can do in the room. But it, like, honestly, just in terms of just sitting down and playing cards with a dealer, and I mean, we raised
winning and losing.
Yeah, and we raised over $700 for charity this weekend, and part of that was the casino night. It was phenomenal. And then Whodunit.
Yes, Whodunit,
now, if
the
you have
mystery.
If you have not looked at our social media channels, I have some videos up from both of those. But the Whodunit has this hilarious one where Alphidius's minions are going ha 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 ha, and the Lokabut's minions are going hee 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 hee.
Okay, that's like, not true. That's ha ha hee hee hee. Ha ha hee hee hee.
Wait,
ha ha
hee hee. No, you do ha ha and I'll do hee hee.
Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I almost had apoplexy. No, it was close. There was veins in my head popping out. It was not good.
Yes, but I mean, again, like, we got really great feedback from that, and like that one has a few more adjustments to make, just because it's kind of a bit more complex the way that mega game works in terms of solving mysteries and this like team element that we had. But we got, again, like, phenomenal feedback. And I'm very excited to fine tune both of these for Gen Con.
Indeed. Yes, no, it was such a wonderful time. And of course, Donnie and Andrea put up this marvelous convention that we go to every year, and really brings much joy to many people. And this was the first year they did a full-on Thursday, right, Cameraman? We did a full-on Thursday thing.
Yeah, there was games running on Thursday.
All day long.
And then we had the game show that evening.
Yes.
And
which was packed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, for sure.
Packed to the gills.
Yes. And the audio worked a lot better.
And the audio worked better.
Amber was there. Donnie had a great sound system. People in the back could actually hear what was happening for the first time in 5 years.
After a little bit of practice.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes some, like, getting, you have to do stuff on the spot. But Amber says she will be there for me next year.
Amber, you were marvelous.
And she is now a Knight of the Goo. So, I'm, sticking with it.
Yeah, stick with it, as Cameraman says. I see what you did there.
Yeah. No, seriously though, like, the help was awesome. Like, it was like, Lawrence with his little, I am sorry.
Lawrence was fantastic.
In some ways.
No, Lawrence as the Great Clasby was fantastic.
Oh yeah, he came as the Great Clasby to the casino night. But Lawrence at the game show kept walking away and doing interviews with people in the audience. And I'm like, Lawrence, you got to get back up to the stage. We have the people on the stream need to know what they're voting on, and just that was chaos.
So it was bad for the streamies.
It was chaos.
The poor Twitchy folks.
They say, I think they had fun, but they're like,
no, we would love your feedback for all you Twitchies, because we want to make sure we do like the idea of having it a little more mobile like that, because
today was not this much of a train wreck, because I got in at 9 and was able to put the studio back together.
It was bad.
Whereas before, if I take out the whole studio, it takes me 8 hours to take it out and to put it it back in.
All right, let's get to this show because I'm worried about these poor people, especially if we got any newbies watching us. They're like, is this what these people do?
Yeah, this is what we do. Just get used to it. This is...
We hang out with our friends and make a lot of noise
and
chat about games.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
That's what we do.
Exactly. Okay, but yes, we should. Do you want to start with the video?
Do you want to start with it or do you want to end with it?
I want to start with the video.
Okay, so Camera Mandy and I have been working on this little thing. And we have a little bit, Guys and Gacks, the tale has been building with all of Luke's comments and my comments and other people's inputs and all of this kind of stuff. And we made a little story for you to enjoy.
And this is not the full, this is the short version.
This is the short. Now make sure it's loud enough that everybody can hear it,
Okay.
Crank it up. Turn up your speakers.
I can't really do anything about the audio at this point, so we'll just see how this goes.
All right, here we go.
All right, we'll be back in a second, and we're gonna play the whole thing through because there's a little surprise.
At the end. Wait for a second. Don't click away.
Okay.
There once was a demon who lost its eye in a most bizarre and awkward circumstance. The eye held much power of evil design, and the losing of said magical orb set events in motion that caused much consternation for a certain archmage who lived in a tower and held the name of Geralt Geisengax.
What you think there, my friends? How was that? I hope you loved it. I hope you could hear it. I hope it actually worked. I hope you could see it.
They're saying amazing, adorbs, awesome. That rat is adorable. Hee hee, the rat A+. LOL. It was great. So, yeah, that was awesome. Amazing, sweet. Ooh, amazing. Haha, hee hee. Fantastic.
Aha, hee hee.
Yes. Okay, good. I'm glad that you all liked it.
Yeah, so that's going to be a little ad we're going to put out here, probably on Monday on YouTube, and see how it does with people. I will tell you that we have nearly 3,000 followers on the Kickstarter page alone, plus another probably 1,000 followers between the Backer Kit and our page that have not clicked the Notify Me on Launch yet on Kickstarter. So in the first Kickstarter that we ever did, that we did well, very well in, we only had 1,800 followers by the end of the Kickstarter. So it seems as people are excited about this. I am incredibly excited about it. I'm gaga over the moon excited about it, and I'm excited to give you a little bit of a preview. We're going to do more of this at the launch party. So this is just a taste for all of you magnificent folks who join us on Saturday mornings to talk a little bit about Guys and Gacks. And I've talked about some of it before, but I also want to answer questions, Cameron Mandy. So I want to do that. And if you haven't given us a follow on this channel, please do so. And also check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GUICube. We have a lot of wonderful videos there and all kinds of content that is all from low budget production.
We had a first time chatter, Dice Cream Sandwich. Hello, Dice Cream Sandwich.
I know Dice Cream Sandwich.
And then I tried typing back, hello, Dice Cream Sandwich, but I missed an L, so it's Hilo.
Hilo Dice Cream Sandwich. Yes. And thank God it wasn't Halo, because then you might have been thinking, being threatened.
Anyway.
Cameron Mandy, did you even get that?
No.
Halo is a first-person shooter game.
I get so many. I don't get so many things, but this is why Adam is my perfect.
Adam will get it.
Yeah, exactly.
If Adam's watching right now, he got it.
This is why we're a good match. Well, and other reasons. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with your slideshow.
Yes, let's do this.
He'll explain it to me later. Okay.
What do you mean I'll explain it to you later?
The Halo.
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 Adam will tell you about Halo.
Okay, the Tomb of Guys and Gacks.
Yes, so the important thing to remember about the Tomb.
Oh, Belinda just gifted 5 subs.
Oh, Belinda.
Thank you, Belinda.
Thank you.
Dang, we are like with Captain Shenanigans and Belinda. You all are the best.
Well, thank you. You know, we are growing this channel too. It's amazing. More and more people are showing up with this low-ass budget production that we do.
I've heard it's entertaining how bad we are.
I think that's probably what it is. Those people are so bad, they're good.
You know what? I used to try to be way more professional. And then we'll just leave that there.
Well, we got some plans. I remember we had all those plans to make changes to.
You had the plans, but I knew exactly what was going to happen.
Well, we did have some family tragedy
and
difficulty. We messed that up.
I meant more like the busyness with the Tomb of Geisengax.
Well, that was part of it. But
the Tomb of Geisengax.
The Tomb of Geisengax. Yeah.
Wait, let's do it together. Like I can do it like
1, 2, 3. The Tomb of Geisengax. Ha ha! And you're supposed to go hee hee.
Hee hee. Sorry. And Jaws 0810 says professional is boring.
Well, Jaws, we love you. Thank you very much. Now listen, I want you to hear this.
What?
Because why I'm excited about this adventure is because it is going to be unlike anything I have ever crafted, and I may in some ways be unlike anything Luke has ever crafted. Because if the vision for what is coming together for the adventure, now the campaign is different, because the campaign is all of these magnificent areas and places, localities, including two particular little towns, and a certain temple that we think we're going to call the Temple of Existential Evil, but we aren't sure about that yet. But I've gotten a lot of people who are telling me call it that. So the campaign covers all of these places, certain mines, the chaotic caves that are out there. There's other things. There's lots of little Easter eggs that are in the campaign. It's going to be magnificent. But the adventure itself is going to be this really eccentric wizard, yes, and his magnificent abode, right? So this of course is Gerald Geisengax, who is the character who is playing in honor of Gary Gygax, who of course the tale and the entire Geisengax thing is meant to honor, and of course we're doing it with Luke, his son. And it is an honor, a privilege, and I am like a little fanboy. I want to squee right now, cameraman D, but I'm not a squeer.
Do it. So you are a squeer.
Tee-hee! Ha-ha! All right, there we go. So anyway, Marvelous Benjo did this work. This is obviously its own character. It's not Gary's likeness. But we love everything about it. He has the egg around his neck, the EGG on the belt buckle, and there's just a lot of little nuances and things like that are going on here. But anyway, so Gerald had this magnificent tower, and rumors that there was a fairly substantial dungeon beneath the tower.
Could I show the tower? Okay.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yet. We'll get to it.
Okay.
So I'll slow my roll. So the tale is about this wizard, Gerald Geisengax, but it is also about Gerald's son, who is Lukaj Geisengax, who has been in the military for some years and is now returning along with his family, who are next, to the town of Ethholm, where he was raised by his slightly eccentric and most incredible archmage father. So you can show the family. So the family and Luke, their likenesses are all portraited NPCs in the tale, and you will meet them as part of the adventure. And then, if things go well for your party, you perhaps will be hired on to do a little investigation of a certain location, which we'll talk about in a moment. But beyond this, what I'm so excited about this adventure are all the magnificent characters who are going to be in the campaign and in the adventure. So here we have Ed Greenwood, who is playing a bard, and Larry Elmore, who is a dwarf, and Penny Williams, who is starring as Grandma Kit, and Stefan Pokorny, who is starring as this magnificent dwarf. Yeah, I can't wait till you meet this dwarf. And then Zeb Cook, who is one of the gnomes in the world of Xioth, who is a bit of a lore master kind of person, right? And so these are just a few. There's
sorry, Aztec Narn clipped. I'm about to squee.
Yes, this is squee. This is worth squeeing over because they're not all here.
No. He clipped your squee for the channel.
Oh, squee away. But this is squeeable because
Pee Wee Woo says, Edda's Bard, OMG, that's a scary thought. And then Harry says, he's blue, da ba dee da da da. Okay, yeah, anyway.
Sing it. Anyway, so these are just a very small number of the many legends of the game. And some of them fairly new legends, not just older legends, who helped make this wonderful thing, the last 50 years so special for so many of us. And it's not all of them by any stretch of the imagination, and we will probably have more in the sequel if we ever do a sequel, and I'm hoping that we will do a sequel, because the Temple of Existential Evil for sure is waiting out there. And of course it's lampoony, and we're making fun of a lot of things, and we think it's going to be marvelous. And so all of these interesting characters come to this town, which is called Ethom, though there is some discussion about whether we want to call it Omelet. There's a chicken thing. There's a chicken tail and eggs.
Change it back.
Well, yeah, we could. It hasn't been written yet. There's all kinds of.
But
options.
all the advertising.
It's fine. It'll be fine.
Oh my God, my stress, my blood pressure just went up.
No, it's probably staying Ethel.
Okay.
But omelet would be. But they might call it omelet as a. Everybody calls it omelet as a side joke. You know how you call. I'm going to old omelet. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's like how Rocky Mountain or
it's kind of,
the Rocky.
It's like calling San Francisco Frisco.
Or
right?
The Front Range.
Yes, the Front Range. You're right. El Paso County is with the Front Range area. All that. It's like that. It might be a nickname. So we're playing around with that. But you can see down below. This is the wonderful village of Ethom, and it is a place, interestingly, where many adventurers who have gotten older and beyond their time of adventuring have chosen to retire. And the reason why they did so is because of the presence of this Archmage, this magnificent Gerald Gysingax. But some years back, well, you can show.
Wait, hold on a second. I have a question.
Because there's more to tell in the
Sorry,
slideshow.
Rewind. Sorry. So,
are there questions in the chat? Does anybody have any questions? Please feel free. Right, you can interrupt this all you want.
Sorry, I was trying to listen and I got distracted. So, why is Ethom related to Gary? Or sorry, Gerald Gysingax.
It's because the wizard built a tower here.
So this is in the because I don't see the tower in the picture.
Yes, the tower is in the foothills. It's at the base of the mountain, the Mithril Mountains.
I see.
But Gerald made many friends and the adventuring life that he had and all of that stuff, and many of them chose to come to this town of Ethom. And so this is an image of Ethom. But there is another town that is also there, which is a little further away, and it is called Blun. And Blun is not so nice of a place, and there are quite a few intriguing and maybe not so nice characters who have settled there. And of late, the last few years, a whole group came in, sort of like a syndicate, and kind of took over the place and installed a baron. And the Baron of Blun is sort of in power here. And there are strange things happening to the populace, and this is a very interesting part. This is not part of the adventure. This is part of the campaign. Oh, I got a question.
You got lots of questions.
Yeah, let's go.
So finish your thought.
So this is part of the campaign, not the adventure. The adventure really is about Gysingax, the tower, the tomb of Gysingax, which we'll explain about in a minute. But this is in the campaign box. So, but our thought is, of course, that it works together, right? So there's things they can find out in Blun, there's things they can gain in Ethom, and there's other locations they can investigate as well. So
okay, so starting with is the campaign in East Verdestia.
It is. It is actually set on the border, the edge of the Republic of, the sovereignty of Vanzentia, at the base of the Mithril Mountains, which is sort of in the far badlands, if you will, of the sovereignty. And it is wonderful because it takes into account some of the Vanzentian politics. We might have a few Valandians showing up in here as well. There's just a lot of interesting stuff that is going to go on here that will bring much of there goes Camera Mendy walking by the camera. Do you have to pee, Camera Mendy? So just will bring all of this magnificent lore that we've already established in, you handed me, yeah, I can show it. Yes, I will.
Well, because the next question is this a one-shot?
No, not at all. Not even is the Ghost Stone. By the way, if you haven't done this, my friends, you must go to gooeycube.com/back, B-A-C-K, and please pre-register, because we put up a wonderful value there. Nearly $200 in value, maybe over $200 in value. I can't remember exactly, but it's wonderful stuff, including an adventure called the Ghost Stone that features into this whole campaign and setting. And the Ghost Stone, you get for free. You get all of that stuff for free in digital. And if you want to add it on in physical, it's a very modest charge at the end. Nothing crazy, no $100 or anything silly like that. So, so you get $200 worth of stuff as a stretch goal before you even back us. But you must back at the adventure.
I just typed up this like terrible text. Sorry, I'm looking at all my typos. Because sorry, Pam had asked, did you change the URL? And I said, there are a bunch of URLs floating around. Yeah. Tats, all should go to the same place.
gooeycube.com/alf, A-L-P-H, gooeycube.com/GCon for Genghis Khan, which will soon be for Gary Con when we go to Gary Con. You know, so we're trying to do our best to keep track of this, but again, it's a low budget tracking.
Yeah, we're trying to, Alexander, our local numbers dude, is trying to get all the data for how we accumulate more signups and stuff like that. So there's several. So that's why you will see several floating around. Like our sponsors, like Bob the Builder has his own. Dan has his own. Sorry, Professor DM has his own. That's why you're going to see lots of random
ones out there.
Oh my goodness, Smoked Gouda gifted 5 tiers.
I don't know who Smoked Gouda is. See, all these handles bug me because
I don't even.
And I love Smoked Gouda, by the way, cameraman.
Smoked Gouda. It's like it's
a little cracker.
It's spelled Gouda. Sorry, Gooda.
So Gouda.
Gouda. Hey.
So Gouda, cameraman. Smoked Gouda.
Please,
she doesn't get it.
Please put your real life name. I get goo.
Okay, there you go.
Get gooey.
Get goo. Yeah, Gouda.
Oh, it's Lee. Oh, thank you, Lee. Okay, I appreciate you.
No, the adventure is going to be a mega adventure. It won't be in a box, but it will be almost as big as one of our box sets. It's going to be, I guess we can show it. Is the tower next? Is it also next?
Yes.
Yes. So what happens is what you learn from, what your players will learn when they come to Ethholm from Lucaj and others is lots of rumors. There's all kinds of rumors flying about because Lucaj was in the military, in the Vanzentian military, and was not home for quite a few years. And his father, and they stopped kind of corresponding a while back, but that was not unusual, blah, blah, blah. But finally, Lucaj decided he was time to leave the military, retired, and took his family and traveled to Ethholm, where he was going to settle down. And upon arriving there, he learned the terrible news that a couple, 3 years had passed, the wizard had disappeared and was feared dead. And in fact, when people approached the tower of Geisengax, they could not get in. There were fearful, strange magics flitting about. There are monsters in the area. And the place just has a terrifying feel to it right now. So
you know what I love though, because like everyone in the comments is commenting on how beautiful and like the color grading is on this. And what I love about this is the tomb. And like when you think of a tomb, you never think of something like this.
Absolutely.
So I like that whole subverting expectations, the thing that we got going on.
So this is actually,
and someone is asking who is the artist.
So this is Kishore who did this one.
Yes, and I just want to be clear, they did it off of a.
We did a paint over
of a stock image and did a fabulous job.
Yes.
So.
Yes, when sometimes we take a stock image or photograph or something like that, and then have our artists paint over the top of them
to make it more gooey.
To make it more gooey. Yes. Yeah. So anyway, the place though is not like this terrible, fearful, dark place. It's actually quite lit up, and there's all kinds of energy and strange things going on, and so the locals stopped calling it the Tower of Geisengax and began calling it the Tomb of Geisengax because they assumed that he had perished.
Ooh.
But Lucaj is, not one to take no for an answer and doesn't want to just accept that as well. Hello, Scott.
Oh, no, I'm interrupting the team.
Yes, our stream, but it's okay. It's a low budget production.
Oh.
So you're now being viewed by thousands of people across the world.
Well, there's not a camera. So.
Oh, you're speaking to me for thousands of people across the world.
Oh, hi. I'm just telling you that we're here. Me and Greg are going to be moving stuff to the new office.
Yes, don't be making noise out there.
He speaks to all of his employees like this. You should know.
I'm so mean.
This is why I take so many trips to Disney, because I just need to de-stress. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Anyway.
Well, it is actually true, but not for that reason. Okay.
So Lucas is going to hire your party to go to the Tower of Gizengax to find out what happened to his father. So we're going to map out the entire tower as well as the dungeon underneath. Now, here's the problem with Gizengax.
Oh, sorry. Did your stomach just make
No, that
noise?
was yours.
No.
It was not my stomach.
Okay.
I heard it though.
There was.
I think you moved something.
I don't know.
You know when your stomach does it because you have that little gurgly feeling. I didn't have the.
I didn't have the gurgly feeling either.
I think it was you. Or did you fart? Camera Mandy. Camera Mandy just expelled gas on the stream in the little room. Oh God! Camera Mandy, cease. Fart jokes. This is what we've evolved to. Anyway,
if you can't beat it, flarp it.
Flarp it. Anyway, let me continue. Y'all know about this stuff, right? This is the greatest stuff ever. And now a word from our sponsor. This is Flarp. Yes, it's the greatest stuff ever. All right, thank you. Let us return to our show.
Geeky bought little flarps.
We got little tiny flarps from Geeky.
Yes. Oh my God.
So anyway, we're going to map the whole tower.
That is going to be freaking amazing.
And you saw how big it is.
But what was the problem with Gizengax?
Here's the problem.
Okay, go ahead.
He was a collector.
Oh my God! So he's based after you.
Of all kinds of magical things.
Oh.
And so these are stored all in the dungeon below. And so this dungeon that you're going to encounter is going to have a little bit of an old school feel to it, where you kind of have rooms that don't always make sense as to why this thing is there or that thing is there. Because that was always the goofy thing when we were kids.
So when you say he's a collector, you mean he's a hoarder?
A little bit of a hoarder.
Yeah.
Of all kinds of things,
okay.
including a demon who lost its eye.
In
the most bizarre and awkward circumstance.
So the demon is inside the tomb.
Inside the statue.
That's inside the
inside the tomb
of Gizengax.
Because the dungeon has all of these really, scary things, right? All kinds of stuff that he's collected. But the problem is, some of them are escaping.
Oh.
And there is a whole political intrigue going on between different factions within the depths who are trying to take control of the Tower of Gizengax. Yes. But of course, there's all kinds of wonderful artworks that we're already working on. You'll learn about the broken one in the future. Of course, the rat that ate the eye. There's lore around the rat that ate the eye. And there's a bunch of other things. Luke has given me many notes. I've written many notes. Anyway, this is just to give you a little idea. Keep going, cameraman.
I'm finding out stuff as you are. This is really the secrets of Gizengax.
Are there questions, my friends, that ask? And this is the kind of imagery that you're going to see as you travel about in
I don't have this image. You should send this to me.
Yes, I have quite a few that you don't have.
Well, you should probably send them to me for my
you're
video.
always wanting to grab my secret images.
I have to, y'all, I have to finish the video. That was what you saw was only a preview. I have a minute more of the video.
Yes, a minute more, but that'll be the longer one. But we got to put it up on the Kickstarter and all of that stuff. And any questions or people asking? Or should I keep going?
Paul Hosletter, eat
Paul.
the rat that ate the eye.
You eat the rat that ate the eye. Well, that might be a little challenging now.
Paul, did you see? I think Paul came in a little bit late. I'm not sure if he saw the video, so we have to play it again at the end.
We'll play it at the end if anybody wants to see it again. It's worth watching. I watched it 10 times. I showed it to Ms. Goo. Ms. Goo was like, "Oh my God, that's so cute." I was like, "Oh, thank you, dear."
Ms. Goo is like one of my biggest cheerleaders.
Ms. Goo loves you dearly, as do I.
So anyway, let's keep going.
Yes. So you'll travel about in the dungeons, and there's all kinds of wonderful...
Kim and Nora, this is the cat that unalived the rat that ate the eye of the demon. That is so funny. I'm dying right now.
This is the eye of the demon. This is the rat that ate the eye.
Yeah.
Of the demon. There's got to be another thing.
You could write a whole limerick with that.
Yeah, you definitely could.
That would be fun.
So anyway, there's all kinds of strange things that you're going to encounter in here. Riddles, puzzles, interesting creatures. That's magnificent, isn't it, cameraman? This marvelous thing. This is just wonderful.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we've got we're already starting on artworks. There's going to be at least 50 probably pieces of artwork in there, especially when you account for stretch goals, maybe 55. It'll be not just the tower all mapped, it'll be the dungeon mapped. And by the way, for one of the first times in our entire history, a few of the rooms are going to be unpopulated. And because in the old days, they didn't populate every room, so the game master could add their own flavor. So we are going to leave a few rooms unpopulated so people can make Geisengax a little bit of their own. I hope people like that. I think that's kind of cool.
Now, I have a lot of people who are interested in like writing for this.
Yes, absolutely. Here's the Contributors Guild is going to contribute to the campaign, not the adventure. All right? The adventure is being written by Luke and I, with a little bit of help from our little crew around here. But the campaign is going to have the opportunity.
Now, why don't we talk a little bit about how this works? Okay, so can you, because no one's gotten their Mornwood in physical yet.
So they don't know yet.
So kind of just show what the difference is.
So the adventure is like this, right? So this, and by the way, the one that you get in the Kickstarter is the collector's edition. We will only be producing it for the Kickstarter. We'll have a few left afterwards, I'm sure, for a few people of our friends who want to get it, Luke's friends who want to get it, who missed the Kickstarter somehow. But the only way you're going to get the collector's edition is in the Kickstarter. And there are some tiers in the early birds in particular where you can get your stuff autographed. So pay attention, bid early, and make sure that you take advantage of that. Because as a collector, I will tell you that, that this, I think, has the potential to be valuable. I don't know that for a fact.
From the man who actively says, my signature is not valuable.
My signature is absolutely worthless, but Luke's signature is going to be on here, right? Yeah. And then what you want to do is you want to open it up, and each one of those portraits that are in there, you want to try to get them signed by some of the legends and make yourself a very special thing, and then put it away for 20 years. And see what happens, because you never know, right, Camera Mendy? I mean, I know what some of my things are worth that are 20, 30 years old, and they aren't even signed.
You're getting off.
I'm getting off track. Anyway, so the mega adventure will be probably 100 to 150 pages of content, depending on where it ends up in the Kickstarter. It'll be big, between the Game Master reference and the Game Master reference, which is right here, and the adventure book, which is right here. And then, of course, there'll be all the portraits and the maps, and there'll be mega maps because the dungeon is going to be multi-leveled. So this will be kind of a big deal because it won't be a single level dungeon. And there's going to be all the things from the old days that people hated and loved, like teleports. You're going to get popped around, the weird happenings, right? But it won't be as deadly, right? We're not going to make it so deadly. By the way, I love this artwork that Benjo did. This is another homage piece, and you're going to love that room. And so this is the adventure. Now, the Tomb of Geisengax will come with Spiral Bound, and it will be a campaign book.
That's the environs of Geisengax.
Excuse me, the environs of Geisengax. Yes. I didn't mean to say the truth.
So the difference, because people are asking what the difference is. So there's the adventure, and then there's the sand. So like I say, this is how I put it in the conventions. There's the railroad, and then there's the sandbox. The railroad is the adventure that you take them on. And then when your party has had such an amazing time doing the adventure and they want to continue, then
they can go anywhere.
Yeah, then they have the environs around there with Blind.
Yes, but if you want to, there'll be a little bit about Ethholm in the adventure because you meet Luke there. But if you really want to be able to take people to Ethholm, the map of Ethholm, all the keying of Ethholm, all of that will be in here. And there may actually end up being a third book. Depends on what we need to do. You know how I am, and I just want it great. And so there'll be maps of Ethholm, maps of Blun. There will be some mini dungeons that will actually be in there as part of the thing. It's going to be a massive box, as big as any one of our adventures, just not quite as big as Dark and Haven or the Gloomport, but it'll be massive. And then we'll have so you can take them on the adventure, right? Which is it is a little railroady because most dungeons are, right? That's the way it works. I mean, the dungeon itself is a sandbox, but you're going into the dungeon. But beyond the dungeon, if you want to take them to very interesting and intriguing places, there will be a wonderful environs map, like we did for the Mornwood campaign, oversized Mornwood environs map. and then there will be maps of the 2 towns, and then there will even be mini dungeon maps in there as well, because there'll be a few mini dungeons that will be in this as well. The campaign is going to be magnificent. I can't wait. In Ethholm, by the way, there is, of course, the Grey Hawk Inn, which is a wyvern that ate somebody a long time ago. So there's a little bit of fun with that. And they actually got the wyvern, but it wasn't in time to get the person who got et out of it. So it got et. Anyway, so there's a lot of tales that are coming. But so the campaign is the area and all of the cool things that are going on in the 2 towns. And there are definitely lots of adventures within there. The adventure, of course, is just the Tomb of Guys and Gags. So the contributors will have the opportunity to contribute to the lore. And we are going to do our best to publish every contribution. Now, here is the deal. We probably can't get it all into this one book. So we may have to do a digital add-on published piece as well, which would be just added value for everyone who backs the Kickstarter.
Oh, I like that idea.
Yeah, that's that. And honestly, I have a mind of making it a little living so that people can add to it over time if they wanted to. So I don't know. There's a lot. I think this is going to be very popular. I think people are going to be very excited about it. I think it is going to be a wonderful place to adventure. And I think it's going to bring a lot of new friends to GUI Cube. So I'm excited about that. And I think it's going to bring new friends to Gaxworks as well.
Well, I know everyone is wondering, have we already produced material since we have these wonderful props in front of Alfinia?
Oh, yes, so these are fake.
But if you open that up, it is the Mornwood.
Yes, this is the Mornwood on the inside. Yes, this is what we call faking it. Yes. This is, so we produced the cover.
So I could do some video.
Yes, and this is probably the image that's going to be on the cover, but I'm not sure yet for the limited edition.
This is a good question from Gregnick.
Yes, please.
And also, if anyone else, if I missed your questions, please put them back in the chat. What character levels?
Right now, we're thinking 6 to 8,
Okay.
but we might push it down to 5 to 8. Give you with the weakening of the encounters. You know how we do this stuff, Chris, and give more latitude for people to be able to bring characters to the fray, right? The other thing is, like with all of our campaign books, there will be a few statted encounters in here, but there's going to be a lot of latitude for the game master because your characters could be first level running around here in the Guys and Gex environments. So we want to give more breadth and latitude to game masters to be able to use that campaign for lower levels or even higher levels if they wanted to. This is going to be the closest thing to an opus that I can think of, at least at this point in my not just my gaming career, but honestly, in many ways, my entire career. I've never even pondered the possibility. I was corresponding with Ed Greenwood over the weekend, and I'm trying to invite him to come to our launch party. If not our launch party, to one of the streams over the next few weeks. He's very excited about it. He wants to help promote it. He loves what we're doing.
Aww,
and Ed Greenwood, as many of you know, is my hero. The Forgotten Realms was just so magnificent and colored our table for many years with my dear friends who we gamed with out in California for so long. And I just loved it. Anyway, so this is
I have questions.
Oh, let's ask some questions, Camera Mandy. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't get boring there, my friends. I was kind of waxing nostalgic a little bit. You saw that in my eyes.
Yeah.
Camera Mandy gave me the shut it up, Alfinius.
I didn't know such thing.
Yes, you did, Camera Mandy.
Okay. Okay. I do want to know. This is not to do with this. I'll read the rest of the questions later. Who is creating these hilarious character races in the den, like the Roomba Oz?
It's Harry.
Oh, it is Harry.
I know it's Harry.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yes.
Because I asked him if it was Patrick, and he said, I can't do graphic design.
Patrick has been doing all of the little newsletters.
Yes. Okay. Well,
yes. I mean, the shenaniganators are alive and well. We're going to have to do another shenaniganator challenge.
Yes. They are hilarious. What was it? Oh my God, there were so many good ones. If you're not in the GUI Game Master Zone of Enlightenment, you have got to get in there because there's some not only like hilarious stuff, but also really interesting.
Now suddenly and also the Goo Syndicate is now at war with Lokebutt's agents.
Roomba Oz. Okay. Anyway, yeah, there is a whole like fan fiction version of the world of Zayathe that has a long enduring. And Patrick is working on a a condensed history of stuff, so that way anyone who's new can come in and get in on the inside jokes.
Get all the inside jokes. Yes,
Yeah.
great.
Okay. But also Patrick says, "Hey Mandy, can you let him know how grievous of a mistake he made?" And I don't know what that refers to, but you've made apparently a grievous mistake.
I think Patrick has me making grievous mistakes on a consistent basis, actually.
That is totally fine. Okay, next up. Hold on, I want to go back to, okay. Will all of the special characters be at the kickoff event at GaryCon?
I don't think so. I think some will be there, but I don't believe all of them will be there. This group is diverse and all over the world, all over the country for the most part, not all over the world. And I know some of them do come to GaryCon. Some of them are getting on in years and don't travel very much at all anymore. And so you'll just have to see who shows up. I'm excited because I'm going to be running around like a little autograph hound.
Can you squee again?
Squee!
Okay. Then from Blade Zeus, how are we supposed to get things signed if I can't make the cons?
Well, Mr. Hans, I don't know how to help you with that one.
Yes. Send them the thing in the mail.
You could try that. So I know people who have done that, who have sent things to people and asked them to autograph them, and that actually worked. The problem is once you send, you've got five autographs. You
buy two of them.
Yes, it's true.
You buy the Tomb of Guys and Gax 1 and the Tomb of Guys and Gax 2, and send one set to be signed and see who you get back. And yeah,
it's kind of like what are those things when you're traveling across, and people pick up the Cupid doll and take it to the next place, or the stuffed animal. You're just hoping that the next person will actually do it, right?
There was this thing. There was a cool thing with like a phone, where like someone like left their phone behind, and then people just started like taking pictures on the phone, like from all over the world. Like the phone just got passed around, and this person ended up with all these like
amazing photographs.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a viral story like way back. Anyway,
clearly they didn't set their phone to go to sleep.
Maybe a Kickstarter level to get them signed by everyone was a question. I do not think that's likely.
I would love to do that. I just don't know that it's possible. And
we don't want to impose on people's privacy or time, and they already did so much by contributing their image to. We don't want to ask too much. Is I guess probably a good way. I can't tell you. Some of you know this story already. Luke and I were on the phone, and we were talking about his family, and then I just happened to mention. I said, what do you think about doing other characters? And Luke says, well, I know a few people. Let's try. And we just started reaching out, and just more and more people kept saying, I'd love to be a part of it, and we're excited to honor them. In this magnificent package. It's wonderful. Yes, indeed. Okay.
So other questions?
Yes, sorry. Would you mind if I speak about this while at NorWicon March 28th to the 31st if gaming discussions are discussed? Oh, absolutely. Please.
Yes, please absolutely do. But
please
the Kickstarter will be over on the 24th of March.
Yes.
So, but please, yes, my friends, this GUI Cube needs a little lift right now. We operate on very skinny margins and no profit some months and all of that kind of stuff. It's a passion project without a doubt, and we could use a little influx of monetary support. So if you would please tell your friends, tell folks. I can't imagine putting a greater. I don't know. I can't think of a greater product to put out. And you all know our quality. Those of you who are watching, you know what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. Dan, yes, I'm going to probably overdo it like I always do. It's just the opportunity to do this is not going to come around very often in my lifetime or in anyone's lifetime. And so it's going to be incredibly special. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be magnificent. It's going to have all kinds of wonderful Easter eggs and tales and sneaky things and puzzles and all kinds of nods to the history of this wonderful game that we play. And of course, starring the ghost of Geralt Geisengax.
I have more. I'm like,
yes, keep going.
By the way, I'm not current on the chat because I'm holding when there's a question so I don't miss it.
Okay.
Gerthen asks, as a GM, will you need to have as many character sheets on hand for people to roll up characters as in a Gygax adventure as they die regularly in the dungeon?
No, but we are probably going to modify how we have, so most of you know that in our adventures, we call them more level variable. The reason why they're level variable is because we add these modifiers into our stats, our encounter stats. And then we just tell people to modify saving throws and those kinds of things a little bit anyway, weaker party, advanced party, make it tough, make it tougher, right? So that's typically what we have in there. We may add a category called make it Geisengax deadly, okay? So we may add that.
Ooh.
We're just talking about this is just a little.
I like that.
Yes, this is the little fun
that
thing. So if you wanted to,
that.
if you wanted to make it a little bonusy, a little bit like how Gary would have played it, you might need a couple extra character sheets. So we're thinking about this. These are all the little special, that we're trying to really make this thing something for folks. What else, Mandy?
Janine and Nancy, Namastacy.
Hi, Stacy.
Yes.
Your Kickstarter.
I don't know why I just called. I don't know why I just called her Nancy. I think it was Nama Stacy together. Okay. Anyway.
You're punchy, cameraman.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, both said I will help if anyone needs signatures, and Stacy said some folks in the den might be able to help. So yeah, if you're not able to travel, you do have some good connections for people.
That is true,
and that is a really good idea.
You could talk to someone and send them your thing, and they could do it. Because I did post the Gary Con signature autograph list in the den. So if you didn't get a chance to see that, it's in the GUI den for people to look at. Keep going, Cameron Mendy.
Okay, can we get hardbound books in the Kickstarter?
So the answer to that is maybe. And our stuff is not really designed, it's not conducive to a hardbound. But there's a possibility. We are right now in the process of finishing our hardbound materials from our first Kickstarter that'll have faux leather and all of that kind of stuff. But we design our stuff specifically to be run, right? Which is why it has 2 books, not 1. Spiral binding in the larger books. Smaller books is fine because they don't need to. You can just flatten them. But we design them to be used in the game. And then our lore books are, of course, softcover for the cost of it because we do print on demand. But I am looking at the hardbound option. They're just not cheap, my friends. And I don't know how to do this without, because they're basically custom, and they're custom in small quantities. And we can't go out and afford to buy 1,000 of them because the likelihood of selling 1,000 of those things is not really true. And so we end up with a bunch of them sitting on shelves just with our money tied up in them, and it's just not good for a GUI Cube. But I am looking at the possibility of doing a special bound edition of the adventure, not the campaign, just the adventure, as a possibility. And if enough people are interested, we will probably do it. But we'll probably do it as an add-on, not as part of the actual Kickstarter event. However, I will say the caveat to that: there are a couple of very high tiers, and the high tiers may include this hardbound option. So we'll know by the end of the weekend. We're finishing our math with our final tiers.
Okay. Have you reached out to Dwarven Forge for a tie-in, like say perhaps a terrain bundle supporting Geisengax?
So I talked to Marvelous Dwarven Forge, but they are right in the teeth of things, and so I didn't want to impose too much. Nate is going to be at the Great GUI Dungeon Game Show.
The game show this year that is going to be on the massive stage.
On the main stage.
At Gen Con. It's going to be sponsored by Dwarven Forge.
And Stefan Pokorny, of course, is going to come play with us, which will be marvelous. Yes. As well as Nate. And we have other celebrities that are going to show up, and we're very excited about this game show again this year. So I did not ask them to do a tie-in just because I know what's going on with them, and I didn't want to overburden them. But we could do something perhaps afterwards once they get past the things that they're working on right now.
Okay. Well, I think that is about it on the questions. I did, for funsies, want to play one video.
Yeah.
Okay. That I posted in the den. My sister has questioned my honor.
What?
Sorry. About the cheating.
Cheating?
There is no cheating.
Oh,
the idea.
You mean about how come certain people win all the time?
Yes. And
I think it's bribery.
It is not.
You want to win on this show, you send Camera Mandy something nice.
I'm just going to
play. The problem is what you'll spend on bribery probably is more than what you will win.
So Lydia is one of the people.
Yes, Lydia has been
She won a that giant Darkenhaven map. Yep. She won, I think, one of the special editions Weirded World. She has won a lot. Lydia helped me out with Casino Night significantly, stepped in because some of our people weren't able to make it up. And so she was not eligible to win. However, her husband John was out winning. And right before I started shooting this clip, I said, well, you're not eligible to win anything, so you can't win anything. And she goes, oh, well, John will probably win something. He. And the clip picks up with her giggling at that joke. So anyway, here we go. 3. We got John. Are you kidding me?
Who's that?
That is her husband.
Oh, nice.
That's who she just.
That's who she just what?
We were just okay. So Lydia wins. Lydia wins so much. And the reason I'm recording this right now is so people know that I'm not cheating. You are delighted. Okay, well, John is our first winner.
I mean, it's just insane.
It is absolutely bonkers. So anyway.
That was the spin. Truly it was. There was no bull crap. She didn't spin 46 times trying to get there. Fake that whole. That was the one spin.
No, there was 3 spins.
Oh, that's right, because there was 3 winners. That was the first. That was the
and
first.
And then Chet Minton, and then Casey also won. So yeah, it's just insanity. So I just want it known that, I do not cheat.
Maybe Lydia is casting spells.
But yeah.
Ha-ha!
My sister's like, do I even get entered to win? And I'm like, I can't do anything. Okay, anyway. So I think we should end the show by showing the...
Before we do that, though,
Yes.
I just want to make an appeal. My friends, listen. Very important. The faster we fund on that first day, the better it is for GUI Cube. So we launch at 10, I think it's 10 a.m., Cameron Mendy?
I don't know.
It should be on the counter. So if you take a moment and show the page, apologize, I had something in my eye there. If you take a moment and show the page, I believe it is.
Did you get it fixed?
Yeah, Riley better have gotten it fixed. I've been in there pounding on the desk. Riley, please. So I think, but I believe it is 10 a.m. Mountain Time on Tuesday, the 27th. That's here, coming up in just a couple of days.
It says 9 a.m. Pacific. So
9 a.m. Pacific,
10
yes.
a.m., yeah.
So 9 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Mountain, and then 11, of course, Central, and noon Eastern Time. So if you're interested in supporting us, make sure you go to the registration page so you get the GUI Hall, and then back us at the adventure and campaign level, and you get that GUI Hall. But if you could do that as soon as possible on Tuesday, that would really help us fund and help us, get into the algorithm for Kickstarter and a whole bunch of things that are very, very important. So we will see. I mean, we've got. I don't know if we. Alexander, are you still in the chat? Have we eclipsed 3,000 followers yet? I think, plus the ones that are not on the Kickstarter.
I have no idea.
I'm sure that we are in the neighborhood of 4,000 to 4,500 followers right now. And like I said, with our first Kickstarter, we only had 1,800 at the end. Right? And the end of our Kickstarter is going to be while we're at GaryCon with 3,500 or 4,000 Gary enthusiasts. So we might have a real strong finish to the Kickstarter while we are out there. But it'd be wonderful to do something special with this one for GUI Cube. And
so we need 22 more followers. I'm going to put the link in the chat to break 3,000.
Oh, so we're still sitting with 22 to go. Is that what Alexander said?
No, I'm looking at the Kickstarter page.
Oh, you're looking. Did you refresh it?
I just pulled it up.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Okay. Yes, there will be a Twitch stream for the launch, Dennis.
Yeah, and we'll be sending out a link in the email so everyone can see that. So we'll do that. It'll be fun. It'll be a little bit of party. We'll do a little bit of giveaways and try to make it as entertaining as possible. So you in the East Coast, we're doing it at lunchtime, so that'll be nice for you. You on the other coast are going to be doing it first thing in the morning, and then the rest of us are in between. So here we go, my friends. This is pretty amazing to be doing this. I am humbled by it, Cameron Mendy, and I'm excited for it more than you even know. All right. I'm going to play your video one last time. Everybody loves this?
May all your adventures.
May all your adventures be sticky, indeed. Adventures be sticky,
Hold on,
indeed.
that wasn't the one.
That's the
wasn't
wrong
one.
video.
This is why it's called a low budget production.
Low
budget. Okay.
How low can you go?
Do it one more time.
May all your adventures be sticky.
There once was a demon who lost its eye in a most bizarre and awkward circumstance. The eye held much power of evil design, and the losing of said magical orb set events in motion that caused much consternation for a certain archmage who lived in a tower and held the name of Geralt Gyzengax.